Well, hello, dear friend. Welcome to your daily tarot reading. Let's start by seeing what the known energies are for today's reading, the hidden energies, and the denser energies. So the top card will be the known energies, the bottom, the hidden energies, and the middle, the denser energies. Alright, so these cards have a lot of symbolism within them. So I'm going to just take what pops into my head right away. First off, you are doing a dance and you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable with it, but you're doing the dance anyway. You're still doing the dance. That's the known energies. The hidden energies are the connections that are coming up from deep down within the earth itself. The history of the earth, the evolution of how things have progressed, and transitioning through different eras. The denser energy, your human brain, our human brains, have a hard time putting all these pieces together. And sometimes it feels like it's out of this world, it's unreal, it's hard to grasp. So that's kind of the introduction to today's reading. And since we're on the theme of what would be the theme? Symbols and fantasy and going down like a rabbit hole, since that's kind of the feeling I'm getting here, I've selected the Alice in Wonderland cards for today's reading. Okay, let's start out by seeing where our back foot, our middle core, and our front foot sit. Okay, so the back foot is the Queen of Wands. Oh, Five of Swords. Five of Swords reversed. Okay. And the middle card is the Nine of Swords. And the top card, which is your front foot, where you're heading, is the King of Swords. Okay, now that's interesting. Alright. So, if you saw yesterday's reading, you could see you were heading towards a space of compromising, learning how to compromise and not having that win at all cost type of attitude. And here now, that same card, the Five of Swords, is showing up in the same like reverse position, and that is where your back foot is sitting. So you are moving forward with that plan to compromise and give others a chance to speak and state their truths before, as the Alice in Wonderland queens would say, before chopping off their heads. But today, now that you've started that, you've a little bit of anxiety coming in, like wondering how you're going to do that and if you're going to be able to succeed. But the King of Swords is your front foot, so you are heading in that right direction, definitely. So what to focus on in order to succeed with this is this new journey, this new path, the new chapter that you're entering. Try hard to let go. Try hard not to be in total control of every single thing, every thought process, and every communication. Try not to be the one that's controlling that. Try to loosen up a little bit so that you can jump down the rabbit hole, so that you can explore these new worlds where more truths come out. Your strength to be able to do that is the Four of Wands. You have built a beautiful area for yourself to feel safe, to feel happy, to feel satisfied, and to celebrate your accomplishments. That is your strength card. That is in the position in this spread. That is your card of strength. So keep that in mind as you're dealing with this anxiety that's coming over you. And the anxiety is definitely coming at night more than in the day. It's when you settle down and take a load off, and those thoughts start coming back in. So when that happens, remember, you don't have to be in control of everything all the time. And all indications are that you are becoming the master of communications, of the thought process, of ideas, and of your own truth, which is the King of Swords. So you're digesting the things that you've been going through, and you're digesting this idea of starting a new path and trying something new. And that's part of why this card has shown up here as the known energy. And this looks similar to the Hangman, which I think it is the Hangman. This is a really unique deck, and I blacked out all the names of the cards because I couldn't relate the images to the names. So I'm just going strictly on images with this deck. And I wanted to set my own mind free so that I wouldn't pick up a card and automatically jump to a certain story behind it. But this one looks easy, like the Hangman. So now that you have come out of observation mode and you've been looking at things from different angles and being in that suspended state of stillness, now you're starting to come into this zone where you are finding out who you really are. So the advice, like I said, was try not to block your new path. Try not to pull back. Try not to control everything. Go ahead and take that leap of faith so that you can now make these new discoveries as far as your truths are concerned. And there could be, with this anxiety card, the way it's speaking to me right now, you could have some blockages with your throat chakra. So when you go to bed at night, just stroke your throat stroke it up and down, put some moisturizer on your neck, and just rub it in, and just let your throat feel good as a physical thing to help loosen up your vocal cords and your throat so that you can open any blockages that might be in your throat chakra, and concentrate on that area while you are massaging oil into your throat, your neck, and that area of your physical body. Okay, so what obstacles may come up as we are heading into this new path? Okay, again, you may be tempted to hold yourself back, tie yourself down, restrict, like pull the reins on where you're going with things. That might be your temptation, because you may not be as connected to your ancients, your ancient family, your spirit family, your spirit energies. You may feel like you're not as connected to them as you want to be. And that may also cause you to pull back and trap yourself into that mental prison again. Okay, so we're there. We have to be very careful here not to end up repeating a cycle where you start talking yourself out of things that you really want to do. When you start putting restrictions on yourself, be very careful that you don't end up doing that, because we can see the swords are coming back up again, that restrict you from stating what you want to state, and restrict you from having your own thought process. You have to be careful about that. So remember, don't trap yourself. And if you do DreamWorks, one of the things that might help you to connect with your ancestors is mugwort tea. Have a cup of mugwort tea before you go to bed and ask for help to loosen the bindings around your thought process, and that will help you to stay open-minded. Okay, so the thing that you've got going for you and will help you is you are deep down inside the magician. You've got all the tools, you know how to use them, you have them in your tool belt, you're just not using them. So in order to continue this rebirth process that you're going through, there is some unfinished business with using your tools in your tool belt, and that will help you to jump down that rabbit hole that you really want to jump into. Another thing with jumping down the rabbit hole, this might sound like crazy, but this is something that I do, is when I do meditations with shamanic drumming, I actually pretend that I'm Alice in Wonderland and I'm jumping down the rabbit hole. And the waiting room inside my tree that I go into is a teapot. So I sit in the teapot waiting room, and then I wait for direction, whether I'm going to go up through the spout or down through the handle. Anyway, that's just something that I do. If that helps you, terrific. If not, just let it slide. Okay, so the thing to keep in mind with this entire reading then is you need to allow yourself to dream, which is Alice in Wonderland. So this must be why when I was doing my meditation, this is the deck I was told to use. So you may be putting some restraints on yourself as far as allowing yourself to dream and allowing yourself to go into like a fantasy environment in your meditations and in your dreams. And the mugwort tea will definitely help. There's some other teas that help to loosen the thought process in your mind so that you're able to connect with your past loved ones, which is the challenge that is right here for you, that is causing you to kind of pull back a little bit and put yourself back into this mental prison. So let's just see what the card of balance is here. Okay, so in order to keep yourself balanced through this process, think of the Lover's card. Again, this is like the masculine and feminine parts of yourself. And allow the masters of DreamWorks to come into your dreams and help you to see things that you may not be able to see in the waking world. Okay, so maybe that is part of what's tying this middle card into this reading. This is the card that represents the denser energies that you're dealing with. And okay, so your head feels heavy. That's it. Your head feels heavy, and you're trying to open the doorway into the visions and into the different realms. The energies that are helping you to work with this are the ancients, which is what I said back here. The different eras of time, different phases the earth itself has gone through, and all these spirit people before you and the spirit energies before you, which are now your ancestors, and your some of them could be your guides and energies that help you to navigate these circles of life that you're going through right now here on earth. So with that, you can thank your spirit guides and your spirit energies and ask them to join you in your dream works. Be sure 100% to ground, protect, and connect. Don't go into any dream work situation where you are not grounded, and that will help you to connect. And use visualization, use guided meditations, use whatever works for you. There's all kinds of different methods that you can do to get into the fantasy zone of your mind and access different areas of your brain that are otherwise not accessible because of the restrictions that you're putting here on your own mind, the anxiety that comes up when you settle down and be quiet. These other energies and these methods will help you to progress through this section of your journey. And the more often you do it, the more often you will find results. Don't expect to get results right away, because you have to flatten the grass down, so to speak, to make a trail for these energies to find their way to you. And you also need to raise up higher your own energetic signature in order for them to come in and visit you. But it looks like that's something that you really want to do. So try out these things, see what happens, and be gentle with yourself. You do definitely have the tools to get to where you want to go, but don't put such high expectations on the end result, because that's going to again cause you to pull back the reins. You don't want to do that. You want to be free, you want to feel safe, you want to be relaxed, and then you will be able to make the contact that you desire to make. And that's it. Okay, so happy dreaming. If this helps you and you're able to have success in this part of your journey, that's fabulous. And if not, do not give up. Do not place unnecessary anxiety on yourself. Do not trap yourself back into a feeling of, oh, I can't do it. Just give it a try, see what happens. Be sure to protect yourself, and away you go. I'd love to hear how things work out for you. Anyway, that's it for now, and we shall see you on the next reading. I wish you a wonderful day, and see you next time. Okay, bye for now.